I fucking hate Jesus. He's a fictional character. You made him up in his head.
I planned to commit suicide. Life was just too heavy. It was just too much. I was an atheist who had been hurt by a lot of people. I didn't want to keep doing life anymore. And the day that I planned to commit suicide, I came home from school and I was having a nervous breakdown. I remember my grandma looking at me going, something's wrong with you and you have to go to church. There's no way I'm going to church. Those happy Christians that never have any problems. I never wanted to be around Christians. Sure didn't want to go, but she just kept on and she would not stop screaming at me until I finally was just like, okay, if you stop screaming, I'll go and sit. And I went there and I sat in the back and I crossed my arms waiting for it to be over so I could leave and fulfill the plan that I'd had to commit suicide that night. The guy starts talking, the preacher starts talking about pain in people's lives. And he seemed to just describe my whole life, my whole story. It seemed like he was talking straight to me. And all of a sudden he says, there's a suicidal spirit in the room. All the hair stood up on my arms and I was like, I gotta get out of here. This is weird. He just kept crying and he said, please come up. We wanna pray for you because God has a plan for your life. And I know that you don't understand why there's so much pain in your heart. God made you and he made you to be connected with him. He made you so that he could love you and so that you could love him back and experience a life like you've never known before in him. I was like, no way. Finally, I was like, I'm out of here. And there was a man standing at the door. He was crying and he said, the Lord wants me to speak to you. He knows the pain in your heart. He's seen you cry yourself to sleep at night and he died to take that pain out of your heart. He experienced it while he was on the cross so you don't have to keep holding it there anymore. He said, would you please let me pray for you? And he said, God loves you and that's why I want to pray for you. Finally, I said, okay, you can pray for me. And then he put his hand on my shoulder and started praying and it felt like God of the universe showed up and I saw who I was. I saw that he's wrapping his arms around me going, I want to make you new, show you how to live, how to love. I want you to know that I love you just the way you are, but I'm not going to leave you that way. I just remember waking up the next day and I looked at my ceiling and I was like, I wasn't supposed to wake up today, so why am I waking up? why do you want me here? What do you want with me? And my whole life has been in an adventure since then.